At UCSC, we strive for giant impact through our research, through our extraordinary student experience, through our public service, there is so much at stake. We have grown together, share common values, face similar challenges. We are looking ahead. Exceptional people coming together, seeking excellence in everything we do.
Good afternoon. I'm Chancellor George Blumenthal, and I want to welcome you and thank you all for coming today. I want to welcome all of the community leaders who took the time to come up to campus today, including a number of elected officials. They include County Supervisor Mark Stone, Watsonville Mayor Daniel Dodge, Santa Cruz Vice Mayor Hillary Bryant, County Superintendent of Public Schools Michael Watkins, County Treasurer Fred Keeley, and Allison Violante. She's here representing Congressman Sam Farr. We're joined today by business, government, and media leaders, UC Santa Cruz Foundation trustees and alumni counselors, presidents of our campus friends groups, and UC Santa Cruz faculty, staff, and students. And we call this the State of the Campus 2012. To me, this is the state of the campus and the community, because we're all in this together. We have so much in common, and there is so much at stake. That's why we've come together today, to reflect on how we're doing as a campus and how that relates to the world around us, here in Santa Cruz and globally. You live here because the Central Coast is such an amazing place, environmentally and culturally. As a campus, UC Santa Cruz is deeply engaged in the community. It helps make us who we are in this world. So I want to talk to you today about three things. First, UC Santa Cruz's global impact over the past year. Second, our deep ties and our relationship to you, the community. And third, the student experience we offer right here at UC Santa Cruz. I'll close with a few words about the challenges we face together and what we can do about them. So let's dive in. First, global impacts. Here are 5 recent examples of UC Santa Cruz's global reach. First, we were ranked 3rd in the world for the impact of our research. What does that mean? For our size, we are a research heavyweight. UC Santa Cruz is conducting path-breaking work that influences researchers around the world. Second, our path-breaking work includes, of course, the completion of the human genome in the year 2000. Our work in genomics took a huge stride forward this spring when we partnered with the National Cancer Institute to launch the Cancer Genomics Hub. We, right here, are the epicenter of the global push to develop new genetics-based, personalized cancer treatment. The third example is UC Santa Cruz continues to lead the field of sustainable agriculture. In fact, we have a new $2.6 million grant from the U.S. Department of Agriculture to further our efforts. We are at the cutting edge of research, developing alternatives to pesticides like methyl bromide. Fourth, we helped spearhead the search for the Higgs boson, the so-called God particle. We took the lead on 2 key experiments right here, and did you know that our faculty and students built key instrumentation that were essential to those experiments? And finally, we developed advanced robotic surgery systems for medical research. Here's what I particularly love. Computer engineering professor Jacob Rosen developed this technology with the help of undergraduate students. And even though he and a collaborator at the University of Washington spent more than a decade working on this, he gave away the results to competing laboratories because a common research platform means that the whole field will be able to advance much more quickly. This is quintessential UC Santa Cruz. If our genomics experts could analyze the UCSC genome, I'd bet they'd find genes for collaboration and for contribution and for originality. When we talk about our campus values and a desire to contribute to the greater good, this is what we're talking about. That's just a glimpse of what we've been up to. It leaves out other great news. We reopened our beautiful new library. We opened our new biomedical sciences building. We launched the Grateful Dead archive. And we broadened the historical record with new books on Jewish culture and women in China, just to name two. There is so much more, but I want to talk for a few minutes about our faculty. Our international recognition speaks to the excellence of our faculty. Dozens of UC Santa Cruz professors earned recognition last year, including 2 who received Lifetime Achievement Awards. Astronomer Jerry Nelson won the 2012 Benjamin Franklin Medal in Electrical Engineering. And astronomy professor Sandy Faber won the 2012 Bruce Medal from the Astronomical Society of the Pacific. These are 2 superstars. But interestingly enough, 2 years ago, Sandy Faber won the Franklin Medal herself, and 2 years ago, Jerry Nelson was awarded the Kavli Prize in Astronomy, which is astronomy's equivalent of the Nobel Prize. You know, with records like those, I don't know if either of them has room on their mantelpieces for any more awards, so they better stop. There have been so many other accomplishments just over the past 12 months, and we've put some of these in a video, which we can watch right now, and I just want you to know one thing. I approve this video. Well, these are your neighbors. In fact, part of the richness of our community is having these amazing people as friends and as neighbors. Of course, being UC Santa Cruz, we don't value only those who receive awards. We appreciate everyone who makes game-changing contributions. Let me mention just 4. History professor Dana Frank has been briefing members of Congress on events in Honduras and interpreting events for and in the media. Psychology's Craig Haney testified before Congress about the perils of solitary confinement. Sociologist Paul Lubeck provided media analysis of events in Nigeria. And the team behind our ambitious production of The Thinning Veil included writer Kirsten Brandt, producer Ted Warburton, and featured actress Patty Gallagher. Let's give all of our scholars, performers, artists, and scientists a big round of applause. Of course, anyone who's been around this campus for any length of time at all knows who really runs the place. It's our staff who run this university. And I have the honor each year of presenting the Alumni Association's Outstanding Staff Award. This year's recipient was Ann Callahan, the Academic Human Resource Manager for the Humanities Division. So let's give her a round of applause. I also want to thank members of the Staff Advisory Board for all of their work this past year as well. They've been great partners, working with me, lobbying in Sacramento, and I particularly want to thank outgoing Staff Advisory Board Chair John Steele, and warmly welcome our new head of the Staff Advisory Board, the new chair, Ebony Lewis, who I think will do a great job. I know that a significant number of our staff are also Banana Slugs, UC Santa Cruz alums. And I think we're fortunate to have such extraordinarily talented, hardworking, and committed staff. You're a great team of professionals, and I want to thank you. So, great faculty, great staff, and I'll talk about our great students in just a minute. But let me talk about, for a minute, community engagement. UC Santa Cruz attracts students, staff, and professors who care about the world around them and who want to make that world a better place for everyone. We want to make a difference, and for many of us, that starts right here at home. Locally, the UC Santa Cruz community contributes thousands of hours of volunteer time in the greater Santa Cruz community, organizing beach cleanups, interning in medical offices, serving as docents in parks and museums, and helping out in K-12 classrooms, libraries, school gardens, and nursing homes. The campus community gives generously to the United Way and to the annual Second Harvest Holiday Food Drive. And students do an awful lot of this. They run the Student Volunteer Center, so anytime you need some help with something, just contact the Student Volunteer Center. The campus contributes to the local arts and the cultural scene, from Shakespeare Santa Cruz to the Glow Festival at the Museum of Art and History. Students in our Shakespeare to Go program perform Shakespeare for nearly 8,000 students along the Central Coast just this past spring. You know, it's hard to calculate the impact of thousands of volunteer hours, but we know it makes a difference in the health of our community up and down the entire coast. One measurable way we contribute is through the direct impact we have on the economy. Our campus, UC Santa Cruz, is the top employer in Santa Cruz County. In fact, UCSC generates $1.3 billion of economic activity in this region every single year. We are an incubator for real businesses that grow the local economy. Our joint project on innovation and entrepreneurship places student interns in local companies. Several UC Santa Cruz faculty have helped launch companies in fields that include solar energy, software, and genomics. And UC Santa Cruz graduates have opened businesses across the county and around the Bay, from New Leaf and Kelly's Bakery on the west side to Earthbound Farm, and even the Monterey Bay Aquarium. We know that we're a big neighbor, and we've worked hard to be a good neighbor. Traffic to and from campus has dropped dramatically. It's now down 20% since the year 2005. And only 35% of people coming up the hill drive a single occupancy vehicle. That compares to 72% statewide, so we are way ahead and still not done. Water use is also way down, 22% below what we used 10 years ago. And we have a lot more students today than we did 10 years ago. UC Santa Cruz uses just 6% of the water that the city of Santa Cruz supplies. And through our Good Neighbor initiative, students are educating students on how to be respectful neighbors. Student interns Shane Lillidahl and Delphine Wartel are here today, and I want to thank them for the work that they've done working with students in the community to make them better neighbors. So thank you. We all know that off-campus parties are an issue, and we're helping the city pay for extra police patrols. We also contribute to the cost of enforcing the city's new rental property ordinance. And we're embarking on new partnerships with the city as well, including joint management of our fire departments to see if we can save money and improve emergency responsiveness. I also want to thank our community partners who made the alternative energy demonstration project on the wharf possible, and so many other projects as well. As we approach our 50th anniversary in 2015, UC Santa Cruz is as committed as ever to the community that welcomed us and continues to nourish us. So we are making significant impacts globally and playing a strong role in the community. So let me talk for a few minutes about students. Since our founding in 1965, a core strength of this university has been the outstanding student experience that we offer. As we begin a new year, I'm proud that UC Santa Cruz continues to attract students who want a rigorous education that will prepare them for meaningful careers in the 21st century. I'm proud that our graduate programs are growing, drawing the best and brightest to UC Santa Cruz from around the world. We have new graduate programs coming online, PhD programs in feminist studies and Latin American and Latino studies and technology management, and a new Master's of Arts in Theater Arts as well. I'm proud that our enrollment today reflects the population of California more closely than we ever have before. 1/3 of our students at UC Santa Cruz, of all of our students, are from underrepresented groups. Half of our incoming frosh are first-generation students whose parents haven't earned a 4-year degree. I myself was the first in my family to graduate from college. So I know what it's like, and I'm really committed to the success of these students. All of our students are among California's brightest, hardest working high school graduates. Now, some of you may be wondering how budget cuts have affected the student experience. Trust me, it's been increasingly difficult, actually very difficult, to continue to provide the extraordinary student experience that's been the hallmark of UC Santa Cruz. Yet Campus Provost Allison Galloway and I, and our amazing faculty, have made it a top priority to protect and strengthen the undergraduate experience. We're updating our curriculum to ensure that students are getting a challenging and meaningful educational experience. And we want to make sure that students can get the classes that they need so that they can graduate in 4 years or less. Here are 3 examples of students whose years at UC Santa Cruz will impact their lives forever. First, Galen Peltzman. He was a junior transfer from Cabrillo College, and Galen loved the natural world, but he was feeling overwhelmed, almost helpless, about the environmental degradation that he saw all around him. Then he took an interdisciplinary course on ecology and conservation and got a taste of hands-on research. And he had his own aha moment. He realized that there are projects he could do, things he could do, that would make a positive impact on the environment. Galen saw that he can contribute to significant change within his own lifetime. After graduating in June, he got a job in conservation biology, and in his own words, Galen said, "That's pretty cool." Secondly, business management economics is one of our most popular majors. As a student, Heather Lee landed a competitive internship with PricewaterhouseCoopers and was offered a job in their San Jose office when she graduated. She was involved in auditing high-tech companies for 5 years. And in November, she was hired by the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board. That's the agency that was created after Enron, when Congress realized that self-regulation just wasn't going to cut it. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's just where UC Santa Cruz graduates belong, watching out for the public interest. The third example is Catherine Marie Scott, who majored in marine biology and geology. And she did things as an undergraduate that most students don't do until they get to graduate school. She worked in Professor Pete Ramundi's lab, and she took a field studies class and got hands-on research experience. She even helped on a graduate student research project in Fiji. You see, Catherine got access to people and experience she couldn't have gotten anyplace else. She loved it, and all that work paid off for her. Today, she monitors commercial fishing operations to protect endangered species. That's the sort of professional experience that matters, and that will stand out when she applies to graduate school. So all of this, global impact, community engagement, student experience, all of that is jeopardized by what's happening at the state level. State support of higher education has been declining for decades. Today, the state of California's contribution per student is about 45% of what it was in 1990. Think about that for a minute. 45% of what it was in 1990. The state is truly disinvesting. State spending for the university went into an absolute freefall about 4 years ago. At UC Santa Cruz, our state funding has dropped by $59 million in just 4 years. We've lost staff, teaching assistants, and funding for faculty, as well as for overall campus operations. Even the tuition increases you've all heard about haven't come close to filling that gap. We are losing ground. At UC Santa Cruz, private individuals have been coming forward to help, and they are making an important difference. Christine and Robert Holo, who met right here as undergraduates, just pledged $1 million to help us expand the Center for Ocean Health, a very worthwhile project. And as a young campus, private philanthropy is truly important for our future. In the near term, however, Proposition 30 on the November ballot could make or break us. Proposition 30 would temporarily raise the sales tax by 1/4 cent and increase personal income taxes for those who earn more than $250,000. As you may know, fully 89% of those funds would go to K through 12 education, and the other 11% would go to community colleges. So why does that matter to UC Santa Cruz? Well, it matters because by helping the state meet its obligation to fund K through 12 education, Proposition 30 would free up funding for UC. If voters approve it, Proposition 30 would protect UC and the California State University system from $625 million in automatic cuts. And I can tell you right now, if we lose that state funding, we will surely see a hefty mid-year tuition increase. There is a lot at stake for our elementary schools, our high schools, for Cabrillo College, for CSU Monterey Bay, and for UC Santa Cruz, for students and for families, for your neighbors and for mine, for all of us. Now, it's not my place to tell you how to vote. Only encourage you to make an informed choice and ask you to help get out the vote, because every single vote matters. So, what is the state of the campus in 2012? Well, we are living up to our ideals, and we are on track to make even greater contributions. That's what's exciting. Santa Cruz is an engaged community. You turn out for concerts, lectures, and plays. You value education. You're active and healthy and concerned about the future, and you want to protect the environment and preserve the uniqueness of this region. We have so many shared values. Our best way forward is to walk the path together. And you can help us in 3 ways. First, share our stories with your friends and family and coworkers. Tell them about the great opportunities we offer undergraduates and graduate students. Tell them about the great impacts you've heard about today in genomics, organic farming, physics, engineering, and history. And remember that these are just the highlights of the past year. There is so very much more. UC Santa Cruz makes the news all the time. We played a key role in the breast cancer breakthrough that made the headline today. And there is a whole lot more to come. Even this week, I think there's going to be several more announcements from the campus that'll take your breath away. The next thing you can do is vote. And I can't say that often enough. Vote, 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 please vote, and encourage others to do the same thing. And third, support us financially, to whatever degree you're able. All of this will make a difference for us. Now, I want to thank you all for coming today and joining us. And I know I've talked for a long time, and I'm sure you have questions. So let me hear from you. Let's open it up to questions at this point. Thank you very much.